Grand Rising, everyone. I'm just gonna look for some 260s for a second. I'll find them afterwards. Today we are going to do an arch. And I'm going to use these cute, funny yard signs. So we have a girl, and of course a boy. And I do have a link for these in my bio. Just wanted to grab a bag to put inflated balloons in. These huge transport bags are available from ubackdrop.com. And if you use code MFAB10, you save 10%. I was making noise there. If you use the code MFAB10, you'll save 10%. Of course, Curious Moon is here. I'm also going to take down the flowers we did yesterday. And if you want a tutorial for these, the live replay is available on YouTube. And I just had it attached to a command hook with a 260. Okay, Moon, what are you doing? Come on. And today I'm going to use my Borosino inflator. And this one is B312N, available at Balloons Online. That's balloons.online. And it comes with a foot pedal. And I am setting it to 0.7, which which will give about 8.5 inches. Opa. And I have a bunch of Calisan balloons that I'm going to use. And we are going to make some flowers. This is the small one. But we're also going to be making some big ones. Okay. Just trying to decide which color. Guess it doesn't matter. So this one is Calisan Standard Lilac. And we'll be using 10 of them for each flower. So you'll need 2 duplets and 1 single. And I'm going to repeat that. Why this side sometimes doesn't want to inflate proper. But only when I do a single balloon. Okay, now I want the bottom, which will be 0.4, which will be about 4.5 inches. And I'm going to use "5" Calisan Macaron Blue. And for this one, you just need 2. And you have these connectors for when you do the 5". I forgot. This one is not 4.5 inches. Or was it? We're gonna do 4 inches. Those balloons are stretched out now, so I'll stick them in the bottom. So that's better. Now when you're tying, you want to tie it not close together. tie it so that you have some stretch in the middle. Now to put your flowers together, you're going to have your triple and your pair. And they're just twisted in. I'm going to use this for some weight while I get the second one. So I'm just taking this balloon, bringing it into the triple, and twisting over. And you want them to nestle into each other like I'm showing. You don't want them like this. Then you're going to take this one, just fish it through the middle. Like so. And then you want to flip a balloon around that balloon to lock it in place. So you have that. Now you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you should have this. I'm going to stick that one in the bag. We're going to make some more. This one is Calisan Retro Storm. These are all Calisan. Go back to 0.7, just about 8.5 inches. I love this color. Now I'll make another set. Oh, I forgot I put them in my pocket. There's a jay singing to me outside the window. I always feed them peanuts. These balloons are coming out funny shaped. They're old. They're old and they were in storage for a year. Let me grab another one. Okay, now I'll pick a color for the center, and that will be 4 inches. This color is Retro Wildberry. Again, I'm not going to tie them close together. I want them with lots of space in the middle so that I can pull that around the flowers. So we're going to make 1/2 of the flower just by adding this one in and twisting over. And you want to put something as a weight while you put the other side together. And I'll have to make one more balloon. I wonder what my neighbors think when they hear the popping. I'd be thinking it was a pupia. The worst is when you work in the bank, balloon twisting, and your balloons pop. Everybody jumps. Holder. I don't know if I lost 2 balloons or if I forgot to inflate the third one. Maybe I lost 2. I think I lost 2 of them. Okay, I'm going to try this again. Place that on top. I get my center. Pull it through. because I'm overheating. Okay. And I'm going to twist one of the balloons around that center balloon. Do the same thing on the other side. And we have another flower. Okay. We're gonna need more flowers. This one will be Retro Dusty Rose. If you notice, I'm using blues and purples. How many? And like I mentioned, each flower takes 10 balloons. And in case you weren't here in the beginning, I'm going to be making an arch with the flowers and with these cute yard bunnies, yard signs. The centers of this flower is going to be, I believe this is deep blue. Yeah. Retro deep blue. This one's kind of a pinky purple. Make the middle first. So those balloons were 8.5 inches, and they were 12-inch balloons. These are 5-inch balloons, and I'm inflating them 4 inches. And you want to tie them not so close together. So I'm going to put the duplet into my trio. Get some weight on there, no popping this time. And I'm going to get the next one. I'm hearing a hole. Yep, I had a hole. And it wasn't a hole in one. No air coming out of one of the inflators. It's weird. Okay, now I'm going to attach these. We're going to remove this. Get our bottom. I'm just going to pull it right through. Now you want to take one of these balloons, wrap it around that middle balloon, just to lock it in place. And we're going to do the same on this side. And you'll have a double flower. Smelling something burning, but I think it's coming from outside. Okay, another color. Let's go with, I knew it wasn't a good idea to stack these. Let's go with Macaron Blue. Some of these got a little discolored, so I'm going to find the best ones. guys, these were so discolored. Okay, I've got enough. And again, these are going to be 8.5 inches. I knew something was going on with this one. Let's see. I hope it's not broken. I just got this a few months ago. The one side is not working. So I'm going to be doing one at a time. This will take a little bit longer. Note to self not to put the balloon bag on the heater. That looks smaller. Turn you off a bit. I forgot I need to get the center balloons. They will be 4 inches. Retro Lavender. These are 5-inch balloons and I'm going to inflate them to be 4 inches. I don't know if these balloons are just thick. Again, I'm not tying them close together. You want to have that pull there. Not sure what's going on with that inflator. Okay, so I'm going to make another flower. I'm going to take this, put it in the middle, and twist over. You don't want to let go or else it'll flap up. Again, I'm going to take another one. And I'm going to get rid of that weight. And we're going to add the center just by placing one on the top, pulling it through. the other side. Now you want to take one of your blue balloons and twist it around the middle balloon. We're going to do the same on the top. And now we have another flower. So I believe that's 4. I'm going to make one more this size. And I'm going to use Retro Wildberry. "12" balloons. And Retro Storm 5" balloons for the middle. I don't know why no air is coming out of this side. I feel like they're not coming out the right size. Try you again. I'll make another set. One more. Okay, now I need 5", which will be inflated to 4 inches. And those balloons were 8.5 inches. Helps if I set the proper setting. This inflator is not being my friend today. We're going to take the pear, add it into the trio, twist over. I feel like these flowers are getting smaller, but I don't know if that's just me. And I'm going to do it again. Take away the weight. Add the center into the middle and just pull it. Hold on. Okay. Try that again. I'm going to take this one, put it in the middle, and pull it right through. Now you want to take one of these balloons and wrap it around. Do the same up here. Now they're locked in. Okay, so I have 5 big flowers. I'm gonna make a couple of smaller ones. And then start putting it together. I have one small one done already. So we'll make some more like that. Five-inch standard lilac. Overheating. If you can hear that sound, it's somebody's snowblower, because we are getting snow today. Retro deep blue 5-inch will be the middle. So this one I'm going to do 0.4, which equals 4.5 inches. I don't know why this is not working properly. It's like I have to inflate them 2 times. That one has some damage on it. Double the work. Gonna get another set. This inflator is being frustrating today. Okay, I'm gonna get another inflator after this. I'd rather just use a sizer than to deal with this. Okay, now I need the centers. They will be 3 inches. Aren't you working? All right, let me put that one together. Again, we're just going to do the same thing. Take your pear, add it into the trio, and twist together. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And we're going to do the same thing as the big ones. I'm going to take this, put it in the middle, and pull it through to the other side. Then I'm going to take one of the purple and twist it around. And I'm going to do the same on this side. And I'm going to take away this inflator. It's driving me crazy. Alrighty, I'm gonna make 2 more of the small flowers and then we're gonna start building. So, let's go with Retro Deep Blue. I liked it so much more using the other one when it was working properly. These are 4.5 inches. Let's get another set. Trying to speed up for you guys. Now I need a center. Let's go with Retro Dusty Rose. And again, I'm not going to tie them like this. You don't want them close like that. Instead, you want to tie it like this. Okay, I'm going to take the duplet and add it into the trio. So you have this. Add a little weight on there. And get the next one. Now you want to add your middle just by pulling it right through. And then I'm going to take a blue one and twist it around. Do the same thing on the other side. And I think we're ready to actually start the arch. We have one more flower. I think I need one more. see if I have enough of the wild berry. Yes. Okay, so this one is retro wild berry. And then a blue. Back to the macaron blue, 5-inch. And after this, I promise I will get started making the arch. Now I'm gonna need one more set. Okay, now I just need the centers. Okay. Have my two halves. Place them on top. Grab that center one. Pull it through. And now wrap a balloon around your middle balloon. And I think we're ready to start building the arch. This is how far I filled up the bag. I just don't want to get dust and stuff. Okay. Just gonna move these. That one is a sizer box. There's actually a whole bunch of pieces, and they do go into each other to create a box. But if you can picture the size when it's a full box, to take that to events, instead I just grab the ones that I need. And this takes up a lot less space. Trying to think what I have it listed under. I think it's a 14-hole balloon sizer box. I'm not sure, but the link should be in my bio. You are very welcome. Here. That was one of the balloons that popped. Landed up there. Again, if you're just joining and you want to learn how to make this huge flower with the pine cone center, there is the live replay available on YouTube. I'm just going to remove those command strips. So you don't want to just pull it off. You want to hold the clip and pull this. Normally it would come right off, but as you can see, there's no damage. And I have one more. Oops. Okay. All right. For the stand, let me push you guys a little bit back more. Oops. Almost dropping you guys. So for this balloon arch, I'm going to be using a hula hoop, 2 balloon column stands, and each one of these stands comes with 4 poles. I'm using all 4 poles. And this hula hoop, I think, is 27 inches. Maybe 28, I'll have to double check. And 2 balloon weights. These weights, they're called barbell weights. These balloon stands come with water bag weights, but I don't like them. I prefer to use these barbell weights. And these are 10 pounds. If I'm making an arch outside, I would use 25 pounds. And I'm also going to be using gaffer tape just to tape the arch to the stand. This doesn't make a very big arch, but I like the size. Let me see. It's a perfect size. And then I'm just going to use some gaffer tape just to connect the arch, the hula hoop, to the stand. And I have a link in my bio for these balloon column stands. I think it's like the 3rd or 4th link. It'll just say balloon column stands. Let's see. So it's 4 feet wide. And that's 7 feet tall. So 4 by 7. And just to let you know on YouTube, if you guys are making comments, the comments pop up on the screen and they disappear before I have a chance to even see them. I have to do something so that I could see your comments. A little squished in the bag. flower wasn't cooperating. To put it on the stand, all I'm gonna do is place it right in the middle, just like so. And as I attach more, should help it to stay. And I'm going to do the same thing with the small one. And repeat the same thing on the other side. Now I'm going to add those cool bunnies. These are corrugated yard signs. So there's a boy, and there's a girl. And again, I have a link for these in my bio. Just go to my profile and click on the link tree. It does come with a sticky thing that you can keep that together. For now, I'm just going to use Scotch tape. That way I can remove it and no damage. And I'm going to do the same for the boy. And I'm going to need a connection point. I'm going to use a scrap 160 or 260, I mean. And I'm going to use some packing tape. Maybe the Scotch tape is not the best. Now for the connection, I'm just using a half of a 260. place the tape across like that. It's not easy to stick to the corrugated material. So I'm making like an H with the tape. So I made an H, and then I'm going to put 2 extra pieces going across. So I added the 260, I put a piece of tape here, 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 and then across there. So I had added a 260, then I put a piece of tape across here, there, 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 all the way around. So hopefully that's going to hold. And now I'm just going to tie the 260 onto the pole. I need to do the same for the girl. Do you guys like the bunnies? I purchased these last year, but it was too late for Easter, so I saved it for this year. And I have a link for them in my bio. I did get them from the tea store. Now we have the girl ready. Again, I'm just going to tie this 260 around the pole. Okay. I should have moved her over some. Might need to move that connection point because you could see my gaffer tape. And that side, it covers it perfectly. Let me see. Yeah, I was able to untie it. And I wonder if I can just re-tape it. Yeah. I can do that. Okay, so I need you kind of like here. Okay, let's try this again. That's better. I think that's better. Oh. Let's see. I don't know why these flowers are giving me a hard time. Okay, what's going on down here? Okay. Add some more flowers. Again, to add the flowers, I'm just putting them right on the pole through the middle. big one. I wish this pole was thicker. We're gonna have to do something to secure these flowers. Usually when I make these flowers and put them on a pole, they're on a thicker stand, so they stay good. Let me. I'm wondering if I can twist two balloons over. Let me see. I don't know if that would work. No. I don't like how it's so loose. Just want to show you, usually I would put it on a thick pole like this one. And it stays on. Fairly good. Brainstorming for a minute. what I should have done is the centers, I should have locked them in once I put it on. Let me see. Okay, I'm just unlocking them. Okay, I'm gonna see if I lock them in place on here, if that'll be better. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this to the back and pull the one in the back to the front. Let's see if that'll work. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna work. If I have to do this much work, I can't imagine the big ones. Bring this one back out again. Just so you guys can see this good. We will be doing this week. I just need to get some more balloons ordered. Okay, maybe I'm going to make call them these ones. See how that is. They fit so perfect on this thick pole. Maybe I'm gonna have to do something different with the arch. Flower there. You need another flower up there. So maybe I'll keep the bottom flowers on here, but add some different balloons for the top. Still, that's so movable. I'm gonna check what balloons I have to fill up the arch. I might take the flowers off the arch as well. I don't know. I forgot to plug YouTube in. There we go. Thank you so much to who just wrote on YouTube. Okay, let me see. I like the flowers. They're just too movable. I don't know about the flowers. If this was at a kid's party, use a 260 to tie them on the arch, maybe. I was thinking of that. Okay. Need to do a half of a 260. So I'm just gonna, like, you guys can't even see me. I'm gonna stick you down there for now. I'm just gonna tie the 260 around the middle balloon. And then I'm gonna wrap it around the pole. Oh, I lost it. Where did you go? Okay. Get that on there right first. Okay, I'm gonna wrap the 260 around the balloons. And then I'm gonna wrap it around the pole and tie it. And I think it's a little bit better. I'm gonna do the same with this one. So again, I'm just gonna tie it into the center balloon. around the balloons. And then wrap it around the pole and tie it. I should have put 2 connection points on this bunny, but that's okay. Well, thank you, because I think that's holding it better. This one's looking a little funny. Okay. Alright, let me do the same on the other side. I'm gonna get the bottom one first. I'm gonna use a longer piece of 260. A whole 260. All the way around. And then bring it into the middle and tie it onto the pole. It's tricky wrapping it around the pole, or tying it, I mean. I think I have those secured. Okay, still figuring out for the top. I feel like it just needs some 5 inches. mixture of the colors we did on the flowers. I'm just going to do a mixture of the colors that I used for the flowers. Okay, let me bring you guys a little bit closer. Okay, I'm just going to make some quads. And I think 4.5 inches would be good. Yeah, we're gonna go with 4.5 inches. Maybe I might do some that are smaller. Just want to put them together. And I'm going to make these just be random colors. gonna need a few. Maybe I'll use some 12-inch too. Why they feel like they're two different sizes. They shouldn't be though. And like I mentioned earlier, I've had these balloons for a few years and they were in storage for a year. So I'm shocked that they're still working at all. And all of these colors remind me of Easter. Very Easterish. So I always read the comments after I get off the live. And the other day I had somebody leave a comment saying less talking, just do the work. And yesterday I had a comment saying how boring. So some people don't want me to talk, they just want me to work. And then when I don't talk, I have people commenting, well, not people, it's just one lady whose account is private, no profile picture, no videos. I just thought it was kind of rude to hop into the live and say how boring. don't know if she was expecting cartwheels while I was inflating the balloons. Maybe some jokes. But I'm feeling like she wasn't a balloon person. Me personally, I could never go on somebody's live and say how boring. Why that balloon looks so big. It's measured right, it's just coming out oblong. It's better. So if she is watching again today, I won't mention her name, but if you're watching, I hope you're just as bored today as you were yesterday. Okay, I'm gonna see how far we can go with these balloons. Move you guys back. Thank you very much, Big Pop Energy. Okay, let's see. I know that's not enough balloons, but I just want to see where this is going to take us. So I'm just going to place it on the pole and twist 2 balloons over. I'm going to push it down. I'm going to do the same. Add a quad, twist it over. I'm actually going to be holding from the bottom and the top to push them together. Let's do a couple on this side. And there is no pattern, it's just random. like this better than my original plan. I'm gonna get my ladder. My sore arm won't let me get up there. I'm just trying to think if I have enough to do the entire one, or if I'm gonna add some bigger ones. What do you guys think? Continue with the same size, or maybe go bigger? Stephanie, I see please, but that's all I see. Hold on. Continue and add a flower in the middle. Okay. I agree. I think that would go good. Let me see. Gonna steal that flower. And then I'll remove that pole. I don't know. I'll figure this part out after. See where that flower is going to go and determine how many more quads will be needed. The quads will also help to hold it up as well. Steve, we just want to see. Yes, Stephanie, you can have a balloon. Let me get some more quads. And then I will add this flower. Or I'll make another flower. These are all Calasan balloons. There's lilac, there's lavender, dusty rose, berry wine, no, wild berry. Maybe a few more. know if 6 will do. Maybe we need 8. Purple one was coming out a little pear-shaped. Okay, I've got 8 of them now. Let's see if that's going to be enough. I think so. But we shall find out. It is still snowing. Maybe 3 on each side might have been okay. Let's see. See if I will be able to squeeze the flour on there. Is this looking more? even think I need a 260. I think it's just fitting right in. So, is that better? I believe so. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. And for the column, I just want to fill it up so that you don't see the top of the pole. So I am going to add in these other two quads. No. No, I don't like it. We're going to do another flower maybe. I was going to make some 260 curls, but I have to find my green. Let me see. Brainstorming what to put on the top there. And I also don't like that you could see the weights, but I don't want to cover up the flowers either. Make sure you guys can see everything. Hold on a second. How do I block this person? Okay, Miss Check My Nudes, you are blocked. Sorry about that. Make you a mod? Okay, I am going to do that right now, Louise. Let me just figure out how to do that. I've been waiting for some mods. I need to follow you back. I did that. Okay. Okay, Louise, you can now block those rude people. I didn't see that she said something wrong, but the profile name was in capital letters saying check my nudes. No. Okay, what am I doing with this? That's what I'm doing. I just took away a pole. Just have you sit. Just gonna push this over a little bit. Sounds like it's hailing outside. See if you guys can see the whole thing. And again, thank you, Louise. I've been wanting moderators. I've been asking, and nobody's been jumping. If I put that one in front, I can cover the weight. Okay, I think I'm gonna put one more flower on the bottom of the floor. Thinking if I just steal this one out. It's just to hide the weights. I'm not even gonna bother with that stand. I just put the flowers on either side, eliminated the column. Switch the blue around. I agree. Definitely agree. I think that's what you're talking about. Okay, perfect. Almost touching the ceiling. To see if I have it in the middle. I think that's a wrap for that arch. Originally, I had planned to just use all flowers, but they were moving too much. And again, Louise, thank you for being moderator. And if you guys are wondering about these bunnies, they are 31 inches tall. Or they should be. Let me double check. So there's 31 inches. Yeah, they are 31 inches. Thank you. I think it's Pascalina. And if you didn't see these earlier, these big flowers, I have a tutorial on YouTube. Right now it's just the live replay from yesterday. So if you go to my YouTube channel and click on live, you will find those videos. And if you were here yesterday, I made this one as well. And you can't tell right now, but I kept saying yesterday, there's one that feels like it's got a leak. It did have a leak. But from here, you can't even tell. And I know I said the other day that it was going to be Monday or Tuesday that we were going to work on this design here, but I think it's going to be Thursday. So if Customs Crafty, if you are watching, I think it's going to be Thursday. Okay, I'm gonna add her as well. Okay, follow back. Perfect. 2 moderators. Yes, Louise, that's perfect. Because maybe you're not going to be here, but she is, or vice versa. And I also want to fool around with this kind of twist this week too. Just have to figure out what I did wrong at the start, but everything else came out perfect. In YouTube, I'm sorry, I was going to TikTok. YouTube, I am going to flip the camera and move back so that you could see the whole thing. If you have any questions on YouTube, please ask me now. I am going to be logging off. And when I'm filming, the questions pop up, but they disappear. Thank you, everybody on YouTube. Until next time, take care.